Okay, so let us continue with our functions of communication. We already discussed the physical needs, the ego needs, social needs, and now we are going to study the practical needs of communication, which in this we are going to integrate Maslow's theory of hierarchy of needs. Before we do that, let us first identify the meaning of needs, which is it is something that is necessary for an organism to live a healthy life. Okay, so deficiency of this need could cause a clear negative outcome, can be deficiency or death for someone. Um, there are two kinds of needs, which are objective or physical, which is food, shelter, and sleep, and the less physical need, like an emotional need for a person, is what we call as subjective needs, which are affection, acceptance, and self-esteem. So according to Maslow, these are the 10 fundamental human needs. I will not be discussing each because later on you're going to group them anyways. So these needs on the left side and the meaning of these needs are on the right side. Okay? Right. So before we go on to the graph or the hierarchical model of Abraham Maslow, we're going to a little bit of introduction to him. So Abraham Maslow is a professor of psychology from Columbia University. Was a professor, and he was born April 1, 1908, and he died on June 8, 1970. He is an original thinker, and he focused on positive qualities of people. Right. So Maslow's hierarchy of needs was proposed in his paper A Theory of Human Motivation in 1943, which focused on describing the stages of growth in humans. Okay? So his study is based actually on Albert Einstein and other prominent people rather than mentally crippled or mentally ill people. Because as we said, he focused on the good qualities of humans. Okay, so here is the famous hierarchical model of Abraham Maslow. So the bottom part will be the physiological needs. The second layer is safety needs, social needs, self-esteem needs, and self-actualization needs. So why is it graphed as a triangle? Maybe because, in my opinion, because most of us would actually attain the physiological needs, and the more, the higher it gets, the more difficult it is to attain. So it's actually you have to attain the physiological needs first, the one at the bottom, before you actually attain the second layer or the second stage of your hierarchy of needs. So a person needs to first attain or have basic needs before his need of safety, security of body, employment, okay, and before he rose down or rose up rather to have friendship, family, and intimacy, he has to first feel secured and safe before delving into relationship and organizations. Okay, so here is the more okay. So psychological needs, as we can see on this picture, actually sex is one of the physiological needs according to Abraham Maslow because it is a need for someone, for people to actually procreate, right? So, so physiological needs are mostly literal requirement for humans survival. If not met, the human body cannot function. Yes, you will die without air, water, food, and rest, which are metabolic needs. Clothing and shelter are also needed. Okay, um, next is safety needs. So these needs are once the physical needs are met, you have food, shelter. You need to feel safe next. So it is a personal need. It includes emotional needs, health, well-being, financial, job security, and the like. Okay, safety from natural disasters. Okay, safe from safety from all the crimes and violence. Right. Okay. Next is social needs. So it basically means the need to love and be loved. It is the need to feel a sense of belonging and acceptance. So it means belonging to a relationship, family, friendship, small groups, large groups. Right? Team needs would be, as we can see, not that you are narcissistic, but a person needs to be respected by others and in turn respect them. A person, for example, in a job should have a sense of contribution. They need to feel that they are valued in their profession or the organization they belong. So lower self-esteem means respect for others and beneath their status, recognition, fame, prestige, and attention, while higher self-esteem means self-respect beneath their strength, competence, mastery, self-confidence, independence, and freedom. So self-actualization needs, we have what a man can be, he must be. It is the intrinsic growth of what is already in a person. Growth motivated rather than deficiency motivated. So actually, this, according to some psychologists, it rarely happens. Like less than 1% of people can actually attain self-actualization. The self-actualization that Maslow is talking about here. Because the basis of this one, the highest self-actualization basis is Albert Einstein, and you can call me Albert Einstein. So why is this important with our lesson in communication? So when we talk about theory, the theory in practice in management, it means that products are formed in place to satisfy a category of needs in marketing as well as advertising. Okay? So to delve on that further, for example, the needs of people, like the physical, the social needs, the safety needs of people, for example, home security products, insurance, life insurance, schools, STEAM needs, cosmetics, fast cars, home improvements, fashion, clothes, drinks, lifestyle products, and services. So all of these needs are related to communication because knowing these needs help the advertiser or businessman and companies communicate to people and cater to their needs and their lifestyle. So without communication, we cannot really communicate to others what we need. It only meant that the products that the companies made equals profit equals business, and that is why communication and people's needs are always intertwined with each other. So that is all for practical needs. We are going to get back to our slide. So we are now in when do we communicate? So there are two types of settings where we communicate. The informal settings, which are the chats, conversations, etc. And we have the formal settings, interview, debate, public speaking, group discussion, and parliamentary procedure. So in an interview, it can be anything for a job. So it can be one-on-one interview or face-to-face interview. It can also be an interview with panels and one interview. In public speaking, you are the only one who holds the mic and is the source of information. While in group discussion, everyone gets to have the chance to speak. There is an equal opportunity for everyone to discuss their ideas and knowledge. In parliamentary procedure, it's a very formal type of organizational meeting which happens usually for Senate hearings, in a courtroom, club or organization meetings, and the like. Okay, so that's the end of our discussion or lecture in distribution oral communication. So to prove that you have finished the lecture for attendance and citation purposes, go to our Google Classroom and write your answer